Welcome to episode 1 of Scaling a Social Media Marketing Agency. My name is Hervin and we own a social media marketing agency called Studio Hub, where we help student-based businesses like dance studios, music schools, gymnastics gyms, swim schools with getting more students through marketing automation. And now we're pivoting to one-on-one support for our clients. That's partly what I am going to talk about today. The reason why I want to make this into a video series, it's because I want to document here the journey that I am going through as we scale our social media marketing agency. I am going to be sharing the things that I am working on a daily basis, the problems that I am facing, the lessons that I am learning. I'm going to be transparent as much as I can with the journey and everything that I am learning so that I can have all those lessons documented here. So if you're interested in business and running a social media marketing agency, then subscribe to the channel. So with that said, let's dive in. Today, I worked on 3 things for our business. Number 1, I worked on the website copy, both for the homepage and the pricing page. Number 2, I moved over one of our current clients. So this client that is currently working with us and had our old pricing model, and I talked to them and they were wanting to switch on over. So they switched on over to the new offer that we're starting to roll out. So that's exciting. And then number 3, I created the game plan that we need to follow in order to roll out and start to market this new offer. So let me explain. Last Friday, we went to Las Vegas. We met with Alex Ramosi and his team. It was Alex Ramosi, 9 other entrepreneurs in a room, and Alex went around the room giving each of the entrepreneurs there, including myself, a specific tailored game plan for those entrepreneurs to scale their businesses. And one of the things that he told us is to tweak our offer. You could check out the video that I have in my channel where I talk about the plan if you're interested. And one of the things that we need to do is tweak our offer so that it's more valuable for new clients, but also our current clients. We want to increase the perceived value. That's one of the things that I was thinking about for the longest time. It's like, how do we differentiate ourselves in this world of SMMA, social media marketing agency? There are so many people coming into this world, and there are anybody and their grandmothers seems like they all have a social media marketing agency. Everybody seems to now be a social media marketer in some capacity. And so it's so easy to get into this business in terms of capital, which is why there's so many people entering it. And one of the things that I've been thinking about for the longevity of our business is what sets us apart from our competitors, what makes it hard to copy us, what is our unique advantage. And for us, the thing that I thought about is our service, our support, our team. So we have an amazing team of people that have been trained on our solution, on our services, and they're really good, and they provide amazing help for our clients. So our best clients have access to a client success manager that meets with them on a regular basis, and that client success manager goes over the results for our clients, teaches them strategies, the things that they should be doing better, best practices. They show them opportunities that they might have missed. So it's a really valuable service. The other thing too that they have is that we are managing their ads for them. So managing ads is something that today, it's not super complicated, but our clients forget to do it all the time. And so they may turn on ads and not manage them, and so end up wasting money on things that aren't performing. So our best clients have our ads maintenance service where we do the work for them, or we teach them how to, we're consulting them on a weekly basis, getting them to do the work. But most likely it's just that we're doing the work for them. And you could see here on our pricing page, this is our current pricing page, how it works. So we have our software options, which is our automation. We have our ads launcher, which has our ad templates with proven ad copy in there. So this is software, and then we have services. And so the service that I am speaking about is a client success manager and ad consulting and ads maintenance. So our best clients have these two add-ons right here, these two services. So we're trying to figure out like, how do we get more of our clients that are with us to move to this new level of service where we want ideally everybody to where we're managing their ads and helping them meet with them consistently to help them get better results, because that is what we've seen our best clients do. They have those levels of service. So in any case, what I worked on today is that I was rethinking this pricing page. So this is our current pricing page at the moment, and this is our homepage. And so I've been trying to simplify this pricing page, because right now it's complicated. It's like you want to choose one of our options from our software plans, and then you also need to choose from our service plans if you're interested, but those are add-ons, so you can add them or remove it. Anyway, it's a little bit complicated. So now, after we had that meeting with Alex Ramosi, he told us, get rid of everything, simplify everything to one pricing plan, just sell what gets people the best results and only sell that. Don't make this everything complicated like it is now. So I've been thinking about like, how do we do that? And then also on our website right now, it's primarily, so the positioning that we had taken before is the software positioning, where it's like, hey, we are Studio Hub. Studio Hub is a software that helps student-based business automate their student attraction, student retention. So it was we were selling more of a tool rather than a service. But we've seen, just based on experience, that the clients who just have our tool and don't have our service don't end up doing as well. They may be happy, but they don't end up doing as well. They don't get as good results as the people that do have our services. And ultimately and ethically speaking, that's what we care about. Like, we want people to get amazing results for them so that they could justify paying for our services. And so selfishly, so that they could also tell their friends how much they've grown. And so long story short, we need to reposition ourselves. On top of that, like, if we position ourselves right now as a software, everybody could compete with us. And like, for example, if we offer automations, there's so many softwares right now that offer automation. And so anybody and everybody can compete with us and say like, hey, we also have automations too, but we're cheaper. So how do we position ourselves in a way where we can command a higher price point, because we're providing that level of service and that value so that people can easily justify it, and in a way that is hard to compete with us. So those are all things that I've been thinking about. So right now, the biggest bottleneck in our business is that we need to increase the amount of sales that we're making per month. So we're not getting as many clients as we would like, but having this, like, something that is preventing us from doing that is like, right now, our positioning of being a software option puts us in the other software buckets. And so we're getting compared to other things that are cheaper, and people they come to us and they're browsing for features. They're browsing instead of thinking about us as like, okay, if I want to get more students, this is who I go with. So we're switching the positioning. And on top of that, right now, we want to, like, ideally on our website, I want to talk about what sets us apart, what makes us different, and lean into that. I saw one time this, like, on YouTube, I think it's like a conversion rate optimization school or something, CRO school. I can't remember what it is, but it talked about how at the top of your website, you want to clearly talk about your unique value proposition so that it's easy to understand for new people browsing around on your website. And it should be easily, like, something that you can easily articulate what makes you different than your competitors in a compelling way that makes you stand out and makes people want to talk to you. And so I've been thinking about that too. So I'll walk you through that now. Let me just show you what I came up with. First, for the pricing page. So how did I simplify this? And I like the pricing page. I like these, like, software boxes, pricing boxes. I wanted to have that. But here's the thing. If you watch my video with Alex Ramosi, explaining the plan that Alex Ramosi gave me, Alex said you want to have the pricing point of $599 per month. And then on top of that, you want to have an onboarding fee of $5,000 where you do all the onboarding for them. You do the tech setup. You train the clients one-on-one. You do everything. Plus, they get to fly out to you and you get to meet them in person and like teach them for a full day. Like, just walk them through everything that they need need to learn in person. And on top of that, they get to meet you, they get to meet other business owners, like just make it really valuable like that, and have that be $5,000. Because if you could charge a higher price point up front, then that is going to make it easier for you to pay for ads so that you can grow. And then on top of that, it's going to make it so that anybody who pays $5,000, they're going to likely stick with you for way longer. So long story short, that's what we're trying to do. But it's like, how do I communicate that in a box? Like, so I was thinking like at the beginning, like, what do I title this? So, and how do we set up? So it's like $357 plus a $5,000 setup fee. That was going to be weird. And so how did I fit everything into a box? Let me just show you the sketch that I first came up with. So I was thinking of a box like this. You see how this box is kind of long and big? I was thinking of a box like this. So I drew it out on my iPad right here. And you can see here, pricing, growth partnership, $599 includes blah, 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 right? So all the things that it include, plus onboarding, $5,000, include blah, 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 blah. So that's what I had initially thought. So like growth partner plan. And then $599 per month. That includes X, Y, and Z. And then onboarding, $5,000. It includes X, Y, and Z. But that was going to be a little bit confusing because like, I'm not sure if everybody was going to understand the flow of information there. So I was struggling a little bit as to how do I structure this box? And then I thought to myself, I'm like, what if I don't make everything fit into one box? And instead I just keep the box here, like very plain with like just the numbers. And then at the bottom of the page, then explain like what it includes. So that's an idea that I thought of later. And here it is. Here's what I came up with. So this is going to be in a box, growth partnership or growth partner, $599 per month plus $5,000 onboarding fee. And then at the bottom of the page it's then going to say, what does our monthly membership include? X, Y, and Z. What does our onboarding price include? Boom, boom, boom. And then it's going to have what is included in there. So I wrote the copy right here. So this is what I'm talking about. So this is going to be a box right here, pricing page copy. And then this is what is included in there. What is included. Okay. So I worked on that and then I'm going to simplify all of these things. Another thing too that I'm doing is I am staying away from mentioning features and kind of like, the traditional software. So we made this board because we wanted to let people know like all of the features that we can do, that our tool can do. And then we also included here like the softwares we replace and so on. This was good, but when you start listing out features, people lose sight of like why they even are talking to you in the first place for. Like, so for us, I've had this experience. I'm talking to somebody, perfect fit for a program. They want to grow. They have everything required to grow. Their numbers have been stuck for years, but they're in a great market. All they need is good marketing and automation. I mean, I'm oversimplifying it, but like they just need the recipe that we provide. So they're in a good market. They could grow if they knew what they were doing in terms of marketing. And they're desperate. Like they're like, oh my God, we need to grow. Our numbers have been down. We don't know what to do. They're emotional about it. They know they need this. But then later on, it's like, oh, by the way, does your software, can I add bold letters to my email thing? And it's like, it's just like a silly example, but it's literally gotten that silly where it's like one tool, it's like, can I click a button if somebody didn't see the email the first time and then it just resends it again with one button? It's like, no, it doesn't do that. And it's like, oh man, then I'm not sure if this is the right program for me. So people lose sight. Once you start looking into all of the features, people lose sight of what it was that they were paying for in the first place. And so I'm going to stay away from talking about features and instead just focusing on the main big pictures. Like we help you get students, which brings me to our website copy, which is right here. So our website copy, you could see right here, it says automate your student interaction and retention, Studio Hub Business Software. So this is the software kind of positioning And now this is what it's going to look like. More students, less work. Our average client adds 149 new students per year, and our top clients 200 plus students, which is true. We did a study, we did an analysis on our clients, and that's what we came up with. Like the numbers, that's what they showed. And then proven advertising strategies, powerful enrollment automations, one-on-one coaching and support from experts, which is all true. This is what we're moving into. And you could see here, especially this one-on-one coaching and support from experts. This is the new approach that we're taking to our business. Like what we're moving into is, instead of like being do it yourself, like we'll give you the tools and you figure it out. Now it's going to be massive amounts of help for our clients to make sure that they're getting the best results. And this is something that we're super excited about because it leans into our strength of we know how to find client success managers. We have the tools to train them. That's something that we can figure out how to get better at over time as well, because we've done it already a lot of times. We know who to look for when it comes to searching for a client success manager. And on top of that, that feels like it is going to be a little bit harder for AI to replace this, to replace a human being that's meeting with a client, developing a relationship. So yeah, this is exciting, this new angle. And I read somewhere that the top of your website needs to convey people right there. It needs to do 80% of the sales for your business just in that, like at the very top of the website, what is it called? The hero page of the website, or above the fold, I guess. Yeah. And then I'm going to have a video, which I need to work on later. Then I talked about grow your student numbers without adding more to your plate. Have you ever thought of these problems? We help you grow. So to write the copy, I can give you a quick hack. So I use something called the 12-step sales letter formula. And this is the structure that I use. I use the hook, the problem, solution, credentials, so like who we are, what the benefits are, what our social proof, what is our offer. And you can see here, I got this is called the 12-step sales letter. It has here all of the steps. I'm not using all 12 of them, but you could see here. So for the problem section, grow your student numbers without adding more to your plate. You're likely doing your best already, but enrollment has either slowed down or plateaued. So you see here, that's a problem with our niche. For the solution, we help you grow fast. That's Studio Hub, blah, blah, blah. Right? And then you can see here also introducing Studio Hub. So this is all the solution. Then why trust us? That's the credentials. That's the credentials right there. For the benefits, you can see here what you get with Studio Hub right here. Then for the social proof, I'm going to include videos of our success stories, client testimonials, which you can see here on our website. I'm just going to add them there on the homepage, which we already have. So you could see here, we have some of them right here on our homepage. And then ready to fill your classes and take back your time. This is the offers section. So you can see here, this is the offers. So that is how I'm writing the copy for the website. It's kind of plug and play. I used a lot of AI. So like I gave AI a huge document with who our ideal client avatar is. On top of that, like for the hook, I said like, okay, make this about growing your student numbers. And I used both Claude and ChatGPT, both of the AIs. And I prompted it like 3 times each of them. So I got like 6 variations, and then I took the best out of each one, and then I combined it with things that I thought should be there. So I tweaked it manually. So AI isn't 100% there yet when it comes to creating great copy, but it does provide a lot of great ideas, and then you just take them and give them the final tweaks. You can see here for the problem, I said focus on the pain points that our client has because I gave it this document. For the solution, we help students, base owners, blah, blah, blah. For the credentials, here's what we've done. So I gave it a lot of, in the prompt, I gave it what I wanted, so that I feel like that's how AI does best. I feel like you give it what you want, and then you give it the structure, and then it writes it in a way that is similar to what you're thinking. Because if you just kind of let it loose, unless you don't love writing at all, then it's just going to give you some random stuff that it's, I find that most of the time doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I wrote the copy here, and then I mentioned this in yesterday's video. I know this is episode 1, but this is actually now I'm packaging these videos in a different format, which I'm going to do it as an episodic thing. But this isn't the first time that I'm talking about this video. So if you looked at the video that I did yesterday, I talked about this script that I came up with so right now what we're trying to do is, because we're moving into this new offer where we're meeting with our clients one-on-one consistently, going over their ads results on the calls with them and so on, I wrote myself a script to talk to our current clients to introduce them to this new offer. And today I had a call with one of our clients and she was super excited about moving into this new option where we're going to be meeting with her and providing her more help. And yeah, so that was exciting. The fact that we already have one of the clients who said yes. And yeah, that's pretty much what I worked on today. The last thing I did here, the third thing I did, so I rethought of the copy, both on the pricing page and on the website. I signed up a client into the one of our current clients into the new offer. And then the other thing that I did is I worked on the plan to these are all the steps that we need to do. So get the graphic designer now to design the homepage. So now that I wrote the copy, get the graphic designer to design the pricing page, get the developer to build out the pages. I need to create the video sales letter that goes on the homepage. So I created a list of all the steps that we need to do in order to roll out this new service, new pricing change. So that's what I am going to be working on here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. But yeah, I'm going to keep you updated. Again, this is going to be an episodic format where if you're interested in seeing how we scale our social media marketing agency, then follow along, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.